Ah, at last! A good excuse to finally wear my Milan jersey. Dudes and dudettes, how are you guys? Welcome to my 90th video special on YouTube. Oh, this one is gonna be good. This one's gonna be good. Now, as I said in my intro, it's finally an excuse for me to wear this shirt because I've never worn this jersey in any video. You know, I support 4 different football clubs, you know, Chelsea, Real Madrid, Fluminense, and Milan, but I have never worn this jersey because I've recorded videos about Real Madrid, Chelsea, and Fluminense, but never Milan or Milan. I don't even know how you pronounce them in their names in English, but yeah, I don't even like follow them anymore, so I never really had any video to record about them. So this is the first time you guys are going to be seeing my awesome jersey here. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about football, huh? Okay, now look, just a small disclaimer. In America, in the United States, I know it's called soccer, but I'm going to refer to as football for the rest of the video because it's just easier, okay? And it actually is called football, so yeah. Anyway, how did I get into this wonderful and addictive and passionate sport? It's kind of a long and short story at the same time. I lived in the United States for 11 years, never really got into any kind of sport at all, unless you count karate. And it just never really interested me too much. You know, I never really could get into anything, even the more popular ones like American football or basketball or baseball or anything like that. Never really could get into it. But after I came here to live in Brazil, I noticed that it was a very, very popular sport. You know, like literally everyone watched football. Everyone had their football club. Everyone supported a club, you know, and I started feeling a little out of place, you know, but naturally, of course, because my father is really, really passionate about football, and pretty much every other family member that I have, my uncles and my cousins, you know, sort of like living in that kind of environment sort of started getting me more interested in looking how the sport is, you know. So my dad started calling me to watch Fluminense matches with him, you know. To this day, we still watch them together, and I started sort of feeling something, like feeling like I saw my dad being really, really passionate about his club. Like whenever they scored a goal, he would be like, yeah! And whenever we, you know, whenever we lost a match or didn't score, he'd be like, oh, he'd get really angry. And I was like, why is he being so emotional about a sport? You know, like what does it mean to have that kind of emotion? So I started watching more matches with him and with friends, and I started noticing that it was actually kind of cool, you know, like football was really, really cool to watch. It was interesting. It was like so much hyped up tension, you know. And I was really indecisive about what club I was going to root for, Fluminense or Flamengo, who are like the biggest rivals here in Brazil. And like half of my family was wanting me to be Flamengo, the other half was wanting me to be Fluminense. And it was all decided the first time I went to the Maracanã Stadium to watch a Fluminense match live. That pretty much decided the whole thing, because I felt like whatever I didn't feel up until then watching a few matches, I felt in the stadium. I was like converted, you know. I felt like some kind of light came down upon me and like made me love that club, made me love the sport all at once, you know. And 8 years down the road, here I am still watching football, you know, more passionate than ever, and I support 4 different clubs. That's crazy. I think that, see, there are people who argue that football isn't a very interesting sport because sometimes you can go an entire 90 minutes without anyone scoring a goal. So the match ends 0-0 or 0-0 and nothing happened. It feels like you wasted your time. It's not how it works, because a lot can happen in 90 minutes. You don't know how both teams played. You don't know how many goal scoring opportunities that they had, how many that they like failed but came so close, how many balls hit the post, how many balls the keeper kept out, how many balls the defender kept out, how many times each team came close to scoring a goal, how many fouls, you know, how many, you know, pretty much the highlights, you know. Sometimes a match could end without a single goal for either side, but it might have just been the most thrilling match you'll ever see in your life, you know. And other times, you know, one team could score a fuck ton of goals, or they could both score a lot. Like the match could end tied 3-3, 4-4, or 5-5, but the goals all suck. You know, it's just an example. You know, maybe the match won't be as thrilling. You know, like an example. Barcelona and Real Madrid. If those two teams go head to head together, even if the match ends 0-0, you can be sure it's going to be one hell of a wild ride. It's going to be one hell of a match. El Clasico is the biggest football match derby in the entire world, you know. There is none that is bigger than Barcelona and Real Madrid, you know. So, like, if they tied 0-0, it's better to watch that match than watch two teams from, like, I don't know, the 4th division of the English Football League, you know, like scoring 3 goals each. You know, it's more entertaining than that. So that's the point that I'm trying to make here. Now, here's the thing. I got into Fluminense. I started supporting them, you know, and thanks to my dad, mostly thanks to my dad. So after that, I started, and of course the Brazil national team, but that's normal. I'm Brazilian. That's the country that I live in. And even though I'm not exactly proud of being Brazilian, I would rather much be American. When it comes to football, sports in general, I think you really shouldn't ignore your roots, you know. So I could just as easily support the American national football team, you know, or any other, but it makes more sense to support Brazil, you know, because like it or not, it's my roots, you know, and I take football so seriously that I don't abandon my roots here. So yeah, I'm always going to want Brazil to win, you know, World Cups and shit. Now, that's just my story with Fluminense, with football here in Brazil. But, like I said, I support 4 clubs, don't I? So, let me tell you guys a little bit about how that came to fruition. Back in 2010, I started watching European football. I started trying to get more into that. See these players who everyone was saying were the best in the world. There was Cristiano Ronaldo, there was Lionel Messi, there was Ronaldinho, there was Ibrahimovic, there's a whole bunch of players. There was Kaká. You know, there were a lot of players who today aren't so, but back then were still really relevant. So I was like, okay, who are these guys? Let's watch some football. I had some friends from school come over one certain day so we could watch the Real Madrid and Milan match, the Champions League. And it was really exhilarating, you know. I thought Brazilian football was like tense and competitive, but European football wasn't a whole different level. It was a whole different thing, and that match ended 2-2. You know, if it was 0-0, it would have been thrilling enough, but it ended with 2 goals on each side. And Cristiano Ronaldo, it was the first time that I saw Cristiano Ronaldo play live, and you know, he scored a free kick. So he scored a goal from a free kick, and it was the first time I saw him. I witnessed a free kick goal by Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldinho was still playing in Milan, so it was Cristiano Ronaldo versus Ronaldinho. And the thing with that match is that it was really interesting it was like it played a pivotal role in me being a football supporter, because I was like, Real Madrid is such a great club, isn't it? So's Milan, oh my god. I started watching both of their matches. I started following both of them. Before you know it, I was supporting them. I was supporting Real Madrid, you know, in Spain all the way from over here in Brazil, and I was supporting Milan in Italy all the way from over here in Brazil. So right off the bat, because of one football match, because of one 90-minute football match that ended 2-2, I got 2 new clubs, you know, and I still support them to this day. Though Milan, I'm not really, I don't know. They seem to have just disappeared. They're not relative anymore. I don't know. Their matches aren't even on TV, so I guess they're not that big thing. But anyway, and that was like how I became such a fan of Cristiano Ronaldo. Had I maybe watched the Barcelona match first, maybe I would have been supporting Barcelona to this day and would have been a fan of Lionel Messi, no doubt. But it's Real Madrid who I stuck with, and I prefer Cristiano Ronaldo over Lionel Messi. And it was really important for me to have my exposure to European football, because to this day I watched the matches there. So it was really awesome for me too. And no one influenced me. I just happened to watch the match, and boom, there I was. Now, Chelsea, that's more recent. I started supporting Chelsea back in 2014, which is when I started watching the Barclays Premier League, known today as just the Premier League. English football was a big turning point for me, because I thought I knew what football was. It's funny. I thought Brazilian football was the best. Then I was like, whoa, European football is so much better. That's great. Then I started watching English football, and I was like, this is the best thing ever. This is the best football in the world. Because I only found out later that England invented football. It came from England. So to this day, the English Football League, the first division, any division, but let's talk about the first one, the Premier League, is the most traditional, the oldest, and the most competitive, you know, football league in the world. And it really is. Take it from me. I've watched so many matches. Lately, lately. I haven't been watching too much because I've been focusing on photography, YouTube. I haven't been watching too many matches, but I do still support Chelsea a lot. I really love watching them, and the Premier League in general. I watch all the matches and every single round. At the time of me recording this video, there was a Chelsea match, the first round of the Premier League season, and we lost 3-2 to Burnley, got 2 players sent off, and it wasn't really a good match, but I'm still going to keep following Chelsea. I'm still going to keep watching the matches. I made a promise to myself that this year I'm going to go back to watching football, so yeah. And it was really interesting because I started researching a lot of the mythos around the Premier League and seeing which teams were the best so I could choose which one to support, you know? And I asked for opinions of my cousins and friends who are also really into football. The vast majority said that I should support Manchester United, save for my cousin who said I should support Liverpool because he does so himself. But I still decided to go for Chelsea. I know that Manchester United has the most titles, the richer history, but it just felt right, you know, rooting for Chelsea because, I don't know, they're right smack dab in the middle of England, in London, you know. That's a place that I really would like to visit one day. And I love the color blue. It's such a beautiful kit, the one that they have. I've recorded a video with my Chelsea jersey before, and it was just great. You know, my first gameplay video of FIFA 16 was playing with Chelsea against Manchester United. That's kind of it, really, you know. I just started following their matches, watching them, and just basically in general, like, getting really, really passionate for the Premier League and English football. So here I am today with 4 different football clubs, you know, like here carved into my heart, and the Brazil national team, who play a lot less frequently than the others, of course. What does this all mean? Like, it means that throughout a week, I have a lot of matches to watch. I have to watch Fluminense, Real Madrid, Milan, and Chelsea. It's a lot of matches, but that's good. It's what I like. I like to watch a lot of different matches. And sometimes I watch matches of clubs who I don't even support, you know, like PSG and Bayern, I can't even pronounce them, Bayern Munich. You guys know what I'm talking about. And, you know, just maybe if I ever get into French football, I would definitely support PSG. Not forwardstanding because Neymar transferred there recently for 222 million fucking euros. Oh my god. Tomorrow Sunday is gonna be his debut. I'm gonna watch how that's gonna play out. And if I ever get into German football, I will probably support Bayern Munich for no doubt. But there are so many great teams in the world, you know. I don't think I want to support any more than I already do, but why not? You know, who knows what the future holds, but it's such a great sport. I haven't talked about international football yet. The first World Cup that I watched and actually followed was the 2010 one in South Africa. And of course I saw Brazil play, and we were unfortunately eliminated, and it was really good for me to get a taste of how competitive international football could get. And of course 3 years ago I watched the 2014 World Cup, and a lot more fervently than that, you know. I used to work at an airport as a tour guide during the World Cup, and I actually left early. I snuck out earlier to watch the final, Argentina and Germany. I would try really hard to watch the matches, and I watched everyone play, not just Brazil, you know. And it was really, really great. I love the climate. No, that's not the right word. Like the ambience of a FIFA World Cup, because there are no more clubs now in your country like going up against it. It's entire countries banding together to go against other countries. So like the rivalry that we have here in Brazil with Fluminense, Flamengo, Vasco, and Botafogo, everyone puts that aside, puts on their Brazil jerseys, and we support our country, you know. So in every country it's like that, and I think it's really, really great how that works. It literally brings the entire world together. And at the end of the day, whoever wins or loses, hey, it was good football being played, right? We were eliminated. Brazil was eliminated in the last World Cup. That match though, 7-1 that we lost to Germany, I'll never forget that. But it's football, it's a sport, you know. At least we were there, you know. And at least we made it pretty far. Who knows, maybe next year in Tokyo we'll do better, you never know. And I just love football. I love this sport, I really do. And I'm never going to stop watching for as long as I live. I might get into other sports in the future. I'm kind of trying to get into basketball now, but football is always going to be what I most love, and what my children will love, no doubt at all. That's it, guys. That has been my 90th video special. Might be pretty long, but might just be my longest one yet, maybe not. And I hope you guys have enjoyed my content up until now. 90 videos, can you fucking believe it? 90 videos, this is crazy. I don't know if you can hear it, but my iPhone's ringing. Yeah, I'm not gonna answer it now though. So thank you for sticking around for so long. I don't know how many subscribers I'm gonna have by the time this video goes out. By the time of my recording it, I have exactly 664. I really would like to get to 700 subscribers by my 100th video. It might just happen. It could be done. Let's see. So thank you for sticking around for everything. And assholes, people are assholes. Fucking calling me while I'm recording videos. There, airplane mode on your asses. Anyway, guys, as I was saying before I was very rudely interrupted, thank you for watching my channel up until now. 90 videos is incredible. 10 more to go till I hit my 100th video special, where a very big secret will be revealed. So stay tuned. If you haven't done so already, subscribe, because these last 10 videos are going to be one of the greatest things you're ever going to witness. Really awesome things are coming, you know, and I'm just really excited to share them with you guys. And really excited to share them with you guys. And that's all I can say for now, really. So thank you so much for all of you who have been subscribed since the beginning, near the beginning. No matter how long you've been subscribed, thank you for subscribing. Please don't ever leave me. Don't ever abandon me. Continue to be a dude or a dudette. I love all of you guys, even though I haven't met the vast majority of you yet. And just one more time, a heartfelt thank you from me for you guys supporting what I do here. I really hope to make it a very well-paying profession in the future. So let's do this. Let's go on. Let's continue on this crazy ride here, me and you guys. This is Igor Chesterfield signing off one more time. And as always, I will see you guys in my next video.